Have you ever noticed something strange? Whenever someone reviews a futures prop firm, they usually spend 5 minutes reading the pricing page. This account costs this much, this account has this drawdown, this account has this payout, and that's it. But here's the problem. That still doesn't answer the most important question. Which account is actually made for you? Because let's be honest, not every trader has the same trading style. Some traders want fast payouts, some hate daily loss limit, some don't even want to go through evaluation. And that's exactly where BlueGuardian Futures stand out from many other futures prop firms. And this is the firm that I have personally used. And I have personally traded with BlueGuardian Futures before. So throughout this video, I'm not just gonna read the website, I will also point out the things that actually matter when you are the one placing trades. So in this video, we will not just read the website, we will understand what each account is built for, who should buy it, who should avoid it, and whether BlueGuardian Future is actually worth your money. And one quick question before we begin. If after watching the video you decide BlueGuardian Futures is the right fit for your trading style, use the code at checkout that gives you maximum discounts currently offered by the firm. So if you're planning to purchase any, you might as well save some money. And now, let's get started. Who is BlueGuardian Futures? Most traders only know BlueGuardian from the Forex prop firm space, but BlueGuardian Futures is their dedicated futures platform. And honestly, the first thing that caught my attention wasn't the pricing. It wasn't the profit split either. It was the account structure. Instead of giving everyone one evaluation and saying good luck, they actually ask, what kind of trader are you? That's why they have divided their futures program into 4 models: standard, reserve, express, and direct. Now, at first glance, this might actually look confusing. 4 different account types, different rules, different payout structure, different consistency rules. But don't worry. By the end of this video, you will exactly know which account suits you and for your trading style. Firstly, starting with the standard accounts. Let's begin with what I think most traders will probably choose: the standard account. This is basically BlueGuardian's balanced evaluation model. If you are someone who simply wants to pass an evaluation without too many complicated rules, this is probably where you will feel most comfortable. The standard model offers different account sizes starting from $24,000 and going all the way up to $150,000. Every account uses end of day trailing drawdown, which means your drawdown updates after the trading day ends instead of moving tick by tick throughout the session. Personally, I prefer end of day drawdown over intraday trailing drawdowns. It gives traders a little more breathing room during the session. Now here's another thing I liked. During the evaluation, there is no consistency rule. And I think that's a smart decision. Because imagine you are trying to pass a challenge. The last thing you want is constantly calculating, can I make this much profit today? What if I cross my consistency? But BlueGuardian simply says just focus on passing. Once you become funded, that's when 40% consistency rules come into play. And honestly, that makes sense. Because once a firm is putting real capital behind you, they naturally want to see consistency instead of one lucky trade. Another thing worth mentioning is the larger standard accounts also include a soft daily loss limit. Notice I said soft breach. This simply means it's not treated the same way as an instant hard breach. So overall, if you are new to futures prop firms or simply looking for straightforward evaluation without unnecessary complications, the standard account is probably the safest place to start. Reserve account. Now, let's talk about the account that personally caught my attention the most: the reserve account. And the biggest reason is simply no daily loss limit. If you have traded prop firms before, you already know how annoying daily loss limits can be. You can be following your plan perfectly, market pulls back temporarily, and you hit the daily loss limit, and your trading day is over. BlueGuardian removed that restriction on the reserve model. Instead, the account focuses mainly on the end of day trailing drawdown. Now before you think, wow, this account has almost no rules, hold on. BlueGuardian replaces daily loss limit with something else: a 50% consistency rule during evaluation. Now here's something almost nobody talks about. BlueGuardian actually gives reserve traders a 1% consistency cushion. Instead of forcing you to stay exactly at 50%, your biggest winning day can actually make up to 51% of your total profits. It might sound like a very small difference, but during real trading, the extra 1% can save you from breaking consistency over just one slightly bigger trading day. That's the kind of small trader friendly details the most reviews completely skip. Another thing I like, reserve accounts don't require a payout before requesting a payout. You simply need 5 winning trading days. Those winning trades don't even need to be consecutive. So if today is a winning day and there are 3 losing days and another winning day, that's perfectly fine. BlueGuardian simply keeps counting until you complete 5 days. So if someone absolutely hates daily loss limit, but you are okay maintaining some consistency in your trading, I genuinely think reserve accounts deserve serious considerations. Express accounts. Now let's move to express accounts. And honestly, the name itself tells you exactly what it's built for: speed. This account is designed for traders whose biggest priority is getting paid as quickly as possible. If you are someone who doesn't want to wait weeks for payouts, this model is definitely worth looking at. BlueGuardian allows payout requests every business day on the Express account, and according to their payout policy, requests are generally processed within 1 business hour during the working hours. Now that's seriously impressive. Most prop firms advertise fast payouts, but very few actually talk about processing them quickly. Of course, whenever a prop firm gives you more flexibility in one area, they usually balance it somewhere else, and that's exactly what happens here. Express accounts comes with daily profit caps depending on your account size. For example, a larger account naturally has larger payout caps. There's also a payout buffer that must be maintained before requesting withdrawals. So yes, you get fast cash flow, but you also need to follow a slightly more structured payout system. Consistency also applies here, depending on your account size. I think this account is ideal for traders who are already consistent and mainly care about regular withdrawals rather than holding profits inside the account. Now let's talk about probably the most interesting model, direct account, or what many traders simply call instant funding. Unlike other three accounts, there is no evaluation here to pass, no challenge, no passing targets. You purchase the account, you are straight into the funded environment. Now obviously, because Blue Guardian is taking some risk, the rules are slightly different. Your payout consistency starts lower during the initial payouts and gradually increase as you continue proving consistency. The profit target for the first payout are also higher than the payouts that follow. Personally, I wouldn't recommend this account if you are completely new to futures trading. If you have never traded under the prop firm rules before, it's usually smarter to prove consistency through the evaluation first. However, if you are already an experienced trader and simply won't waste time passing another evaluation, direct could actually save you weeks. So once again, it really depends on the type of trader you are. Features that make Blue Guardian stand out. Now let's quickly go through some features that I think genuinely makes Blue Guardian Futures stand out. First, no activation fee. And this is honestly one of my favorite thing. A lot of futures prop firm ask you to pay another fee after passing your evaluation before receiving your funded account. Blue Guardian doesn't. Once you pass, you are done. No surprise activation payment waiting for you. That's definitely something I like seeing. Second, news trading is allowed. This is important because many traders actually build this strategy around major economic events like CPI, NFP, FOMC. Instead of restricting those traders, Blue Guardian allows news trading. Just make sure you still maintain your risk properly because volatility can move extremely fast during those events. Third, copy trading is allowed. Now, there's one important condition. You can only copy trades between accounts that legally belong to you. So copying your own Blue Guardian accounts or copying between your own personal accounts, that's completely fine. Using signal groups or copying someone else's trade, that's obviously not allowed. I think that's a fair rule. Another thing I liked, there's no mandatory stop loss rule. Some firms force traders to place a stop loss on every trade. Blue Guardian leaves their decision onto the traders. Of course, risk management is still your responsibility, but it's nice that experienced traders aren't forced into unnecessary restrictions. Then there's a 10 seconds minimum trade duration. Honestly, this rule is very reasonable. I have seen some firms asking traders to hold position for several minutes. Compared to that, 10 seconds is practically nothing unless you're trying to exploit execution's loopholes. This rule won't affect normal trading at all. One feature I think that deserves much more attention is their 24 hours payout guarantee. Blue Guardian states that payouts are processed within 24 hours. If they fail to meet the promise under normal conditions, they will honor their payout guarantee according to their policy. That shows confidence in their payout process, and confidence like that is always good to see from a prop firm. Finally, let's quickly talk about the scaling. Now this doesn't apply to every account model, but for eligible funded accounts, Blue Guardian gradually increases your maximum position sizes as your account grows. Think about it like this. Instead of immediately giving someone access to maximum contracts, they reward traders based on their consistency. As your balance grows, your available contract sizes also increase. Personally, I actually prefer this approach because it encourages traders to grow responsibly instead of trying to hit some home runs in one day. Final verdict. Which account I would personally choose? Which account is best for beginners, swing traders, payout focused traders, and experienced traders? Final recommendation. So, which Blue Guardian account should you buy? Now, after looking at all 4 account models, let's answer some important questions. Which one should you actually choose? Because at the end of the day, the best account isn't necessarily the one with most features. It's the one that matches your trading style. If you're completely new to prop firms or this is your first funded account, I would honestly recommend starting with the standard accounts. Why? Because it gives a straightforward evaluation, there is no consistency rule during the challenge phase, and overall structure is simple to understand. It's probably the safest option for most traders. If you are someone who consistently gets frustrated by daily loss limit, I would personally suggest you to look at the reverse account. This is probably the most interesting model for me. No daily loss limit, end of the trailing drawdown, and even a small consistency cushion that gives traders a little more flexibility. If your strategy naturally has bigger winning days, reserve account makes a lot of sense. Now maybe you are not worried about evaluations anymore. Maybe your biggest priority is simply getting your profits out fast. Then the express account becomes a very strong option. Daily payout requires fast processing and a structure built around regular cash flow. Just remember, the faster payouts also come with a profit cap and payout buffers. So understand those rules before choosing it. And finally, if you are already an experienced trader, you have passed multiple evaluations before, and you simply don't want to waste time proving yourself again, the direct funding is probably the account that you will be looking for. No evaluation, straight into funded environment, but because there is no challenge phase, the expectations are naturally higher. So I would mainly recommend direct model for traders who already have experience managing funded accounts. My personal opinion, now this is the part everyone asks for. If you had to choose one, which one would you pick? I would probably go with reserve accounts. The biggest reason? I prefer trading without worrying about daily loss limit. I like flexible end of the trading drawdown and the overall structure feels trader friendly. That doesn't mean it's automatically best for everyone. For someone else, the standard account might actually be the better choice. That's why I always say, don't buy account for someone else. Buy the account that matches your own strategy. Overall, I genuinely feel BlueGuardian Futures has built one of the most well-structured futures prop fund programs available today. Not because they promise unrealistic things, but because they have actually created different account models for different types of traders. Instead of forcing everyone into one challenge, they have given traders option. You have got model focusing on balance, one focuses on flexibility, one focused on fast payouts, and the one that completely skips evaluation process. On top of that, features like news trading, copy trading, no activation fee, reasonable trading rules, and fast payout processing makes overall package even stronger. Of course, no prop firm is perfect. Every account comes with rules that you will need to understand before buying. So don't just purchase because someone else recommended it. Take time to understand which model actually fits your trading style. That decision alone can save you a lot of frustration later. And after watching this complete breakdown, you decide that BlueGuardian Futures is the right fit for you. Don't forget to use the code at checkout. This code gives you maximum discounts currently offered, so if you are planning to purchase anyway, you might save some money as well. If this video helped you understand difference between all the four accounts, make sure to leave a like, subscribe for more future videos, and let me know in the comments which BlueGuardian account you personally choose and why. I would love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.